And welcome to my SEO presentation today. My name is Matt Bean. I'm with Max Website Design based in Montreal, Quebec. And today I would just like to discuss or give a bird's eye overview of what SEO is and how to apply it to your business today and in the near future. So I will provide some links in the description below to any statistics that I reference. But ultimately, I'm not going to go into really deep detail on these items. I just want to cover a few of the most important things that you need to be thinking about and that your webmaster needs to be thinking about. And you can dig deeper into these subjects over the next year if you like. So to start, I'll be covering or going over this SEO periodic table. It was provided by Search Engine Land, and I found it very useful. This is information that most SEO experts know, but it's been they did a nice job of kind of making a graphic example of how these things work together. And then just discussing alongside that periodic table, just discussing the top 3 ranking factors according to Google. Again, I have a link to this information in the description. But the top 3 ranking factors are still to this day, and I don't foresee changing in the near future, having quality links from authoritative sites to your website, having quality content on your website, and then thinking about rank brain if you're trying to come up locally for local search results organically. So if you have quality content, your users are going to stick around longer, and the artificial intelligence plugin that they included in their algorithm Rank Brain is going to help your website to show up for those results. So I'll talk a little bit about that in overview again, and we'll do a search example and see what metadata and headings are used for the number 1 or maybe number 2 search result that we see organically. And then just covering what's next and what you need to think about in the near future. And in my opinion, that's going to be video content. So here we have the periodic table of SEO success factors as compiled by Search Engine Land. And the link to that is in the description. But quickly, there are 2 factors that you have to think about. And you can see that on the left in blue. Number 1 is the on-page factors. So these are elements that are in the direct control of the publisher or of you as the website owner. And on the right in the green, you see the off-page factors. And these elements are influenced by readers, visitors, and other publishers. So these are the 2 areas you need to be focusing on when creating content for your website. So on the left side, the on-page factors, we have content, architecture, and HTML. And on the right side, the off-page factors, we have trust, links, personal, and social. So in the middle of the chart, you can see that it's divided into 2 columns, the on-page and the off-page SEO. And they've created these nifty little elements for us to look at. And in the top right corner of each element, you can see that they have ranking factors. So a +3 is going to mean that it's very high, of high importance. And then you can get all the way down to the bottom in the red and pink from the -1 to the -3. Those are bad things. Those would be considered black hat tactics and things that we want to avoid doing. So as I had mentioned in the previous slide, the top 3 ranking factors according to Google are links, content, and then the rank brain algorithm. So just to touch on that a little bit about rank brain. Ultimately, Google has an algorithm that it uses to rank websites. So when you perform a Google search, you're not actually searching the web. You're searching, if you're on Google, you're searching Google's index of the web. And so this is why I stress to customers that it's important to be indexed not only on Google, but on Bing as well. Okay? Because when you search on Bing, when people search on Bing, they're searching Bing's index. You're not searching the entire web, you're only searching the index of that particular search engine. So the Google algorithm has taken many iterations over the last many years. Google started out as a website called Backrub. And so compared to today's algorithm, it was a very simple algorithm, and it gave a lot of juice to websites that had a lot of links pointing to them. So, of course, SEO experts took advantage of this loophole, and you started having link farms and paid links and things like that, so you could get hundreds of links back to your website and rank higher. Well, over the years, Google has gotten smart to this, and they have included many iterations of their searching algorithm. They have cute names like Panda and Penguin and Hummingbird and Mobile and RankBrain and Possum. They just keep adding to it to improve the algorithm and to provide better results to their customers based on what they're searching for. So if you look again at this chart, this table, the on-page SEO, in the top left, you can see the content, which is very important, so you have quality. To the right, and this is the other thing that I think is one of the most important things, 2 columns over is the HTML, and that's your titles. And right below that is the description. So those would be probably my three highest things that I think are the most important, are the quality, your titles, and your description. And also, of course, the crawl. So ultimately your structure, your architecture of your site, so the spiders can crawl it and get that information easily, of course. And then to the right, you have the off-page SEO, and this is when we have to start thinking about the links. You can see that column there, links. You want to have quality links, the trust. The links need to be coming from an authoritative website, or a website that isn't spammy, for example. Going back to, how SEO experts used to take advantage of those loopholes. They want the websites to have high authority. And then you start getting into the personal. You look at the personal, it's a country, a locality. Okay, this gets down to the RankBrain. What RankBrain is ultimately an artificial intelligence. It's like a machine learning part of the algorithm that learns. It's basically taking information from where you are, what country you're in. It also looks at in real time how long you're staying on a web page. So if you do a Google search and a web page shows up as the first result in the organic search results, but there's another page that's 3 or 4 items down, and you click on the first one and you're like, no, this isn't what I was looking for, so you bounce out. You click down 3 or 4 down below, you're like, oh, this is really good content, and you stay on that site for 3-4 minutes reading the content. Maybe you click somewhere else. It picks up this information. And if many people are doing that and they're finding, okay, well, we had this one ranked number 1, but people are clicking on it and then just leaving, but they're clicking on this one that's 4 or 5 down, and they're hanging around and they're reading the information, and maybe they're clicking on a video. Well, that one that's 3 or 4 down will slowly start moving up the list as that RankBrain part of the algorithm starts to realize and gather that information in real time of what people are actually sticking around on when they're viewing the content. So there's a lot more to it, to this periodic table of SEO success factors. I'm going to leave a link to download this in the description, and you can look at it a little bit more. But the main thing that I want you to take away from this is the on-page SEO of the content and your HTML titles, that structure, your H1 tag. You should only have 1 per page, and then have a couple, 2 or 3 H2 tags, maybe a couple H3 tags. And then on the off-page SEO, doing your best to get quality links from trusted websites to your site, to that quality content that you're providing. Okay, so thinking about this, let's do a Google search. And this is something I haven't searched for in a while. I'm in Westmount, Quebec right now. But what I'm going to do, I need to get a haircut. So I'm just going to look for, I don't know, best haircut. Something simple here. So here we have the Google local map results, and this is why you want to make sure you have a My Business account and set up your website. Your Google local listing is updated with your website, your hours, and pictures, things like that. I do a lot of my searching on Google Maps because I look for somewhere close to me. But I'm just going to look at the organic results. And we're seeing a lot of just national links, national websites. Well, here's one right here, Helmet Hair Salon, situated in the heart of Montreal's plateau. That's not really near me. Google did provide these that are near where I am. When I just searched for best haircut, it showed what is near me in Westmount, Quebec. But I wanted to see what just comes up in the organic search results. So this is in Montreal, voted best hair salon, best. See, you're seeing a couple of these best. And this is the description, the meta description of the page. It's a snippet that you can write in for Google so you can show up for these types of searches. But I just want to take a look here at this website. Best hair salon. I want to see if they have an H1 title here. Page info, I believe it is. H1. Okay, so their page isn't really even set up structurally sound, but it does have some H1 tags. You're supposed to have one per page, and then you can break it down into your H2s. You can have several H2s, but they do not have a description. So there's a lot of work that this site could even do. So there may not be many competitors that are doing this properly. And so if you have no competitors that are doing it properly and you do it properly, your website's definitely going to show before theirs, everything else being equal. But let's just take a look at this and see if this is even our services, if it's even a heading here. Well, that's all within the H1. This is interesting. I can't really look at this. I'm not sure how they've done this. What I will do, and I'll try to do, go to best hair salon. Just look at the page source and just do a find best hair salon. So this is in a widget. Okay, so this is probably done. Yeah, it's a WordPress website. They've created a widget. So it's not really even a heading or a title, but the text is in there. So that's why the page showed up on the first page. One of the reasons why it showed up on the first page. But I would bet that if we created a page called Best Haircut in Westmount, our page would have shown up before this one if I just did a best haircut search. So that's just an example of a local search. Okay. Back to this now. Back to the presentation. Okay, so why did the site show up first? Well, I think the reason it showed up first, as far as a local place to get a haircut, is because it had the word best on the first page. And there's probably not another hair salon in the area that has that on the first page. So when you're thinking about your business, you think about what will people be searching for, and there are tools that you can use, the keyword planner and things like that, that Google provides, that you can see what people are searching for, and create pages or put that on your home page, whatever you want to be found for. The most important thing, make sure that that's on your home page. Put it in your description, put it in your titles, make sure your content is structured properly, and you will definitely outrank your competitors in these search results. Everything else being equal, of course. So what's next? We know some of those things have stood the test of time. The content, it goes back to Bill Gates in 1996, I think it was, saying content is king. That's still true today. Having links from quality websites to your site, it's still true today. It's still going to be true tomorrow. It's still going to be true for the next several years, I'm sure. But one area that is growing rapidly, and which you're probably aware of, is video content. So create some videos, maybe an explainer video for the products or services that you offer. When you post that to YouTube, for example, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. So when you create a YouTube video, use a good title with good keywords. And in the description, you can write a small blog post about these things. And then add that to your website and a blog post or a page on your website, adding valuable, informative text content as well as the video. Cisco says that by the year 2021, there will be almost 1 million minutes of video per second crossing the internet. And they add that by then, 82% of all consumer web traffic will be video. So you want to get ahead of that curve. I mean, we're kind of behind it if you haven't started already, but it's better late than never. So in summary, for this bird's eye view, I know there's a lot more information. You probably have a lot of questions. You can please email me at maxwebsitedesign.com, info@maxwebsitedesign.com. But in summary, you want to focus on your content and start creating videos to include on your website. And you can post those videos. I prefer YouTube, again, because it's the second largest search engine. But you can also post that to Vimeo or Facebook, what other video services that you like. And then once you have that quality content, you have those quality videos, ask websites to link to that content and share your content on social media. Ask business directories to list your website. The Better Business Bureau, the Dunstan Bradstreet. There's many places you can get links back to your website from quality websites. So finally, think locally. This gets back to the rank brain, picking up data like where your location is, how long you're staying on websites and things like that. Optimize your website's metadata and HTML to represent what people are searching for in your market area. If you just do these basic things to start, you're going to be well ahead of your competition and on your way to ranking very high in the search results. So I hope this has provided at least a place to start and has opened your mind up to what you need to be thinking about when you're creating content for your website or structuring your website. And if there are any questions, please give me a call or send me an email. I'm always happy to help everyone and to improve the web experience. Thank you. And hit subscribe too, because I'll be putting more videos like this, how-to videos, and other suggestions in the near future. Thanks a lot, guys.